What's up, guys? Welcome back. An exciting day today because it took me a while, but I finally got it. 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor. I'm here at Bozard Ford, and today I'm going to take in a complete tour of this coolest truck on the road, in my opinion. Not only mine, because several publications named it the truck of the year. We're going to find out if that's true. We're going to check it out from the exterior, interior, technology, and of course the test drive at the end of this video. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button. And now let's get back to this. The Raptor bad's been around for almost 20 years with a Ford F-150. Then we've seen the Ford Bronco Raptor, and now this. The Ford Ranger Raptor was introduced in 2024 and right away became a huge hit. So much that the dealers couldn't keep it in stock. This is the only one out of hundreds, maybe even thousands of cars that they have here at Bozard Ford. So if you're looking for one, it is available for sale. I'm not sure when you can see this video, but definitely give them a call and check this out. Now, the Raptor means business. It means the power, it means performance, it means off-road capabilities, and we certainly have all these aspects in this package right here. Let's take a look on the exterior. I can call this a Raptor, the Ranger 2.0. That looks completely different. It has a different stance. It has a wider track. It has the wider fender flares. As you can see, they extend much wider than on the regular Raptor. We also have LED lights, LED performance lights. That includes the turn signals and the daytime running lamps. And if we scroll down, you can see a set of fog lamps, so important when illuminating the trail ahead of you. Now, the steel skid plates underneath protect the bottom of the vehicle from getting damaged. And we also have a set of recovery hooks. Now, Ford is spelled out in this massive grille, and we have the front-facing camera. Fairly flat hood with some grooves inside and some trim pieces right on top. Well, what's important is what's underneath it. Let's take a look and find out what it is. Power comes from the 3-liter EcoBoost engine, and that means it's twin turbocharged and intercooled, 405 horsepower, 430 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. If you're interested in performance, 5.3 seconds, 0 to 60, just about the fastest midsize pickup truck available. Now, we have some sound insulation underneath the hood. Unfortunately, still this ugly prop stick, but I'm not going to ding it for it, and definitely going to check out the performance of it at the end of this video. And of course, let's take a look around the corner and take a look at the side profile of this vehicle. You can see it's standing tall. The total length of this vehicle is 210.9 inches, wheelbase 128.7, width 79.8, with a height of 75.9. It weighs 5,372 pounds, and despite its size, as I mentioned before, it can get you 0 to 60 in just about 5.3 seconds. Now, it has massive tires. These are the BF Goodrich all-terrain tires, come standard with it. The size of it is 285 by 70 on 17-inch rim. That's an equivalent to about 33-inch tires. We also have the suspension that is off-road tuned. And as we take a scroll around the corner, it's important to note the size of this vehicle. We have 210.9 is the total length of this vehicle. 128.7 is the wheelbase. The ground clearance is at 10.9, which is about 1.5 inches higher than the regular Ranger. The width 79.8 and the height is 75.9, and the total weight of this vehicle is 5,372. And despite its massive size, as I mentioned, it can get you 0 to 60 in about 5.3 seconds. We have 17-inch rims with the BF Goodrich all-terrain KO3 tires. The size of it about 33 inches. That's 285 by 70 on 17-inch rim. And with the Fox shocks with 2.5-inch bypass. We also have on this particular one, and additional side steps. And I like the cladding around that protects the rest of the vehicle from getting scratched up. Now, in addition to all the off-road modifications, we have some comfort and convenience features such as the side view camera, built-in turn signal, and blind spots into the mirror. I never knew how to use this, but this is a code entry system, and we also have the access to the vehicle without pressing any of the buttons on the remote. Just basically stick your hand inside of the door handle, it will unlock. This is a body on frame design. As you can see, there is a separation between the 5-foot bed and the cab of this vehicle. It sits 5 passengers. We'll see how comfortably. Now, in the back of the bed, we have the Raptor graphics, and then moving on to the back side of it, we have the LED lights. Big Ford badge Raptor on the side. Ranger is stamped inside of this gate. We have this active exhaust, dual exhaust. Spare tire is underneath it, if you were wondering. And we have the tow hitch. Now, as far as the towing capacity, about 5,500 pounds on the Raptor, which is less than on the regular Ranger, but that's still decent. Now, as far as the bed, we have the spray and Bedliner on this particular one, and then we have the regular household outlet. Let's see what's the wattage on it. 400 watts, 120 volts. This is one only, and you know, we can install some active track system to help you manage your cargo in it. Now, on top of the cab, we have some illumination, and this little window opens up as well. Now, this is pretty cool. We have about 1,400 pounds as far as the payload. Let's take a look and see what's going on inside the cab. All right, as far as the roominess inside, let's take a look. I'm 6 feet tall, adjusted the front seat to my regular driving position, and just like any of the mid-sized trucks, there's very little room in the back. Definitely a driver's vehicle, or if you have kids, they're going to be comfortable, but I am resting my knees at the back of the seat, and there's a big indent in it to help me out with it. Now, we have about 2.5, 3 inches above my head, plenty of shoulder room. The seats are still straight up like in most of trucks, so not much adjustments can be done in here. There's nothing unusual about this versus the rest of the class. Take a look in the interior, starting with this rear door panel. This is nice and soft. We have a little bit of storage at the bottom, and the speaker, nothing too crazy and unusual about it. Now, the seats, a leather wrap with some suede inserts, some red accents, and right here you have some cup holders. Okay, as far as the window, this little window opens up. There's some illumination up on top, and in the middle console we have the regular household outlet and USB type A, USB type C ports. Let's see if there's vents underneath here. You see, like, there are vents underneath the seat, but there are no vents in the middle console, which kind of would be necessary. Now, as far as the storage, we have a little bit of storage underneath this back seat. That's what's going on in the back. Let's check out the front. And before we get inside, let's listen to the sound of the closing door. Okay, not bad. We're going to do it again from the inside. All right, let's take a look at the front door panel. I like this trim right here. This is kind of like this neoprene kind of material that's nice and soft if you want to put your arm right on top of here. If not, this is your regular armrest that's also trimmed with leather, window mirror, lock controls, 3 memory seat settings, and a lot more storage at the bottom of it. Now, you have the Ford Performance on the door sill and a power seat for both the driver and passenger seats. Right here in the front, we have Raptor spelled out, and the middle here, the seats are nicely bolstered. We have some suede, we have some orange, we have some contrast stitching. We have all of that looking really sharp. Now, on the left hand side of the steering wheel, we have the ability to turn on the light for the bed, and this is also your light control and the dimmer. And then we have the vents right on top. Now, the vents also have this orange trim on the inside, adding to the look of this vehicle. Let me jump inside because some cool features on the interior as well. Let's listen to the sound of the closing door from the inside. Boom. A very nice and solid thud over here. Good looking steering wheel, I gotta tell you. Let's get this party started. Let's hit that power button, get this vehicle started. We have Ford built tough display right in the middle. The steering wheel, I like this orange strip right here that makes that indicates where the wheels are straightened up. The steering wheel in itself, some golf ball texture, thick in the right places. We have some stitching on the inside. Good looking steering wheel. On the left hand side, we have the cruise control settings, volume control, and voice control. Going to the right side, we have some fun buttons over here. All right, so in addition to the skip, track, and pick up and hang up for the button, we have the steering wheel, and that's the steering. You can set it up for sport, normal, or comfort. Then another button down here, we have the suspension that does the same thing to the dampers, normal, sport, or off-road. And then we have another button that's exhaust, quiet, normal, sport, and Baja. These are your options. Of course, you have the R mode, which is your my mode, basically. So press that, and it's going to save it the way that you selected it. Now we have the pause and back button on here, and then this, of course, if you select something, you can choose OK. Now this is 12.4-inch screen, all digital. All right, on the left hand side we have the tachometer, on the right hand side speedometer. Then there's selections at the bottom. We have 95 degrees outside. No wonder why it's so hot, and I apologize, but it is real reflective. Okay, and you can hardly see it sometimes. 24 miles to empty. It's going to be enough to go for a quick test drive. And let's see what else we have. Driver assistance features. We go trip 1, trip 2, fuel economy. Okay, 2.8 average. Engine on due to outside temperature, seat belts, who's wearing, who's not wearing, and back to roadside assistance. Driver's assistance, I should say. Okay, right here, the middle screen. Now we have the vertical screen, and as far as the functionality of it is very similar to what we've seen on other Fords. So here's your icons: radio, phone, navigation, media, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, owner's manual, zone lighting, towing, and record feedback. And you can also have shortcuts of some of them right here at the bottom. Now, as far as the phone, you can connect it, of course, via Bluetooth. You have wireless, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. As far as the radio, AM, FM, Sirius XM, these are your options here, as indicated right on top: AM, FM, Sirius XM. Then, of course, you have the other music channel or connect device as far as the streaming, and then the trailering. You can add the trailer, you can do the checklist and settings at the top, and below that what you have is basically some shortcut buttons for your climate control. And as far as the seats, you have the heated seats and the heated steering wheel. We're not going to turn that off on at 95 degrees, outside. So this is basically your infotainment system. Now I will put this vehicle in reverse, see how the rear view camera looks like. And of course we make some noises because I am really, really close to the vehicle in the back. Let's turn this off. It's going to eliminate that noise. Good quality camera. We also have the top down view, and yes, there's a sticker on it, so that's why you see these letterings over here. And of course we have different views on the camera right here. This is the wide angle, narrow angle. We have the top down that adds on top. If you want to tow something, here, trailer to hitch the trailer hitch right here. And then of course we have the side view cameras on here. So that's important, not only for towing, but also if you're doing some off-roading and see how close you are to a tree or an obstacle. Good looking camera. Okay, no complaints here. Right here at the top, we have some lights, passenger airbag off, on, etc. And down at the bottom, we have some actually physical, knobs and buttons for your climate control. Down below, you have your wireless charger. I actually like this shifter. This is kind of like, it looks like the physical wire shifter, but, it's an electronic one. And as far as the other controls, you have the drive modes. Okay, so you have the 4 high, 4 low, 2 high, and 4 automatic as far as, the transfer case. And then you have the tow mode in the middle. You also have several different modes here, including the Baja mode, which you can press over here at the bottom, and then it's going to turn on the automatic 4-wheel drive system. Turn off that automatic start-stop function, turn off the traction control, lane keep assist, and a bit more storage inside of this center console. That's pretty much it, what we have. And of course we have the regular size mirror. There's no sunroof on this vehicle, sunglass holder, and you have 6 pre-wired auxiliary ports in here. So in case you wanted to add any accessories to the vehicle, they're pre-wired over here. We have the HomeLink system with 3 devices that you can connect to it, and illuminated mirror. The one thing I didn't mention, behind the steering wheel we have this big pedal shifters. Okay, it is a performance vehicle after all, and at the bottom of the steering wheel we have the Raptor that's spelled out. So this is the interior of this brand new Raptor. I don't know if I showed you this, but it also has 2 glove boxes, one at the top, one at the bottom. Okay, so you have lots of storage options, and then of course you have this little shelf right here that's rubber lined. That's going to help you with storing some stuff that's not going to roll around. And Bang & Olufsen, that's the brand of the stereo. Okay, and unfortunately due to YouTube copyright policies, I can't present it to you. Now let's touch on the pricing and take it for a spin. Touch on the price of this vehicle because it's important. It's $55,850 before destination charge. And this vehicle really doesn't have many added options because it comes very well equipped from the factory. So we have wheel lock, splash guards, spare tire lock. We also have the spray and bed liner, which is added to the vehicle. Everything else is pretty much standard. Just over $58,000 MSRP on this particular one. Let's take it for a quick spin. All right, then, well, $58,000 might sound like a lot of money, which it is. You know, it is not as expensive in comparison to other vehicles in its class. So we have the Toyota Tacoma, of course, which is one of the biggest competitors. And the top of the line trims on both of them, we have the Trailhunter and TRD Pro. Both of them starts at about $64,000. Now, as far as domestic competitors, we have the Colorado ZR2 and the Canyon AT4, and both of them start below $55,000. Matter of fact, I think Colorado ZR2 starts under $50,000. But if you tack on top the packages, like the ZR2 Bison package or the AT4X, they're going to add about $10,000 on top of the base MSRP, and that's prior to adding any of the options, which make both of them more expensive than the Raptor. Now, of course, this is the only V6 option that is available, and it has the most horsepower. Now, Toyota, the hybrid has more torque than this, but I guess it depends on what people like. This one also has the 10-speed automatic transmission, which is going to make this more responsive and more capable, and we're about to check that out. I'm going to test out that acceleration really quick. I'm going to stop right here. 0. I gotta tell you, 0 to 60 in no time. I don't think it was 5.3 seconds. It felt a little bit more like 7 seconds, but you know, it is quick. It's a quick and responsive transmission. And again, we are in this traffic jam, so I apologize. Not going to be able to do much more of a testing. As far as the drive, it's got a smooth drive. It's got a good visibility. You sit up higher. I have it in the sport mode right now, which gives me that louder exhaust. Let's see how we can change it to the normal mode. And yeah, you can definitely hear the exhaust, you know, going a lot quieter than before. Good looking truck, very nice driving truck. It is comfortable. Again, the roominess in the back seat, I mean, that's just, you know, something that you'll find in all of the mid-size pickup trucks. There's not a ton of it, but you know, it's got a good capacity as far as the cargo payload. It's got a decent tow rating, so if you are looking for a performance pickup truck in the mid-size segment without going, you know, to like the F-150 Raptor, this could be a perfect vehicle for you. Guys, let me know what you think about this 2025 Ford Raptor. I hope you found this video helpful and learned something from it. If you did, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.